Hey everyone, welcome to the another Tuesday Newsday. That's really weird because we did two in a row now, so that has to mean we're being serious again. Hey Sinzar,
How's it going?
it's going great. I just wish it wasn't such a shitty banner, but otherwise it's going good. How do you feel about this banner?
Uh Big skip, pretty much. Yeah, this banner is unfortunate. The units are not great, and people are going to say that Runda's sprite is amazing, and they're wrong. So
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't agree. I honestly don't agree. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's way out of the FFB aesthetic. Like I get it's cute. Like if you're five, you might think it's cute, but yeah. Okay, so this is a summer banner, I'm guessing, right? We're getting a summer banner from JP now.
Yeah, it was Summer in JP when they came out. It was she was actually named Summer Fina 2022 in her JP name. Global renamed it because global audience. But yeah,
Yeah. Vacation Voyager Fina and Marine type Runda. Well, we definitely needed more Finas in this game, so that's good. And it seems like it's the standard setup. Yep, with all the step ups, so nothing weird there. They're not premium units, right?
yeah, they're not. No, they're not
That would be
premium. They're
funny. That would
far
be
from it.
funny. Well, you never know. You never know. Someday we're gonna have to get our first really shitty premium unit, right? Unless we have. Do we have a shitty premium unit?
Um, I mean, arguably, Yuna was pretty bad on release. She's better now, but on
True,
release,
she
she was
was
pretty
actually
terrible. She was
premium.
pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was real bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Like she had a field. That was it, basically, and an imperil,
Hmm.
staff imperil. Um, okay, but let's talk about Fina. So she is skimpily clad and has cat ears. This is basically Egirl Fina. She's doing all that uwu shit because you can see the hearts flying out of her. So I'm sure there's plenty of sweaty ass motherfuckers right now going crazy over this sprite, but I'm unfortunately not one of them. I can see the appeal. I can put it that way.
Well, you can see the appeal until you see her damage. Then the appeal goes right out the window.
Yeah, that's like you just described basic e-girl. But okay, let's get into this. So she's an SLB unit, a mage, obviously. We're not getting
Hmm.
any other type of units. She's an SLB mage, and oh, she's a bow user.
Yeah, she's a Fina, as they always have been.
True. You're right. That was stupid, actually. Yeah. Okay, so what does she do? She just bursts with her SLB. Is that the thing?
Pretty much, yeah. She's a water mage, and she's got the very typical 150 amplify. So she hits kind of underwhelmingly hard once, and then she doesn't hit at all ever again after that.
Okay, so what like do you have an idea of the damage level? Like who would she clock in around?
I do. I calculated her.
Hmm?
I don't have it memorized because it was low, but let me open my sheet and I can refresh my memory. Summer Fina was slightly under Ayaka in Dark Visions. But Ayaka's doing the AoE amp. Fina's doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, and just to put it into perspective, Ayaka is also under Titus. So it's kind of,
Hmm.
I mean, not that Titus is bad, he's just, doing 66% of what the current top is doing. So, yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I mean, I think it's still funny that XDeath is the new top. I love this. I love the fact that our broken ass GLEX card is making these units so broken. He's actually beating Yuffie. I love this. Not by much,
Oh yeah.
but he's still beating her. I like that. Although he is very difficult to gear, I found when I was playing around with him a bit.
If you saw the screenshot I posted in chat, I think it was this morning actually.
Yeah.
I got 45% MP on my Dark Vision sword. Literally best possible roll for X
Wow.
Death, and I did it for him.
That's very nice. That would help him tremendously because he definitely needs to cap that MP in order to be good. And then you have to cap killers on top of that, so it becomes difficult. But he has really good stats. Okay, this is not about X Death. It's just funny that he is in the top. So Fina, not great, unfortunately. She's like worse than Titus, worse than Ayaka, and half the utility. I guess. I mean, it doesn't seem like she has any utility other than the bow in peril. And who the fuck else uses a bow?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess is there anything to be said about the STMR and TMR? Not really.
The TMR is kind of whatever, but the STMR is very nice. It's got we had one killer on it that was really good.
Humans and fairies,
Human
yeah.
and Fairy. Yeah,
And
it's
a good amount of magic. So it's 80 magic, 50% human and fairy killer. Also some fire resistance. That's nice. Can help out. Okay, yeah, that's decent. Her TMR does have fairy killer too, but it has such a low magic stat though. So I wonder if this is ever going to be worth it. Maybe.
Yeah. It really depends on your team and your gear,
Yeah.
but I guess for your third DPS, that it is not wearing the
Yeah,
two class pieces.
75% is still significant, so it might do something. Yeah, yeah.
Could see use.
All
Could
right.
see.
And then we have the less eagerly unit, which is basically Marine type Runda, which is Runda with a sailor hat and sailor outfit sitting in a cute submarine. Like this shit looks like a Disney special. So Disney Runda, what is he?
He's a buffer that is super awkward. He's got 3 different imbues. They are AoE imbue, but the amplify is single target only.
What?
He cannot.
Wait. So he
Yep.
imbues the party, but only amps a single person.
Yes, and they're only 2 turn duration, and he doesn't have multicast. So you can only do 1 person per turn. And like I said, it's a single target, 2 turn duration. And because he wants to do his LB as well, which is for one thing an underwhelming damage, but he can only imbue someone and then LB. So you're imbuing 1 person with Runda and doing a weak LB.
That sounds like such a weird choice. I mean, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes it useless, right? Because you still have to bring somebody else to amp the other people. Then.
Well, it's not useless, but as people have defended him, and they're probably right, but on specific teams, the only time that he would probably be useful, and this probably will come up, is when you're putting him on a party where everyone has their own amplify except 1 unit. For example, let's say you're putting him on a fire team with Cleum and who's the Chrono Cross with 150 amps, and Tybus and Yish, they have their own. So the whole party has a 150 amplify except for 2B.
Right.
So 2B is the only person that needs an amp. So getting the 60% amp from Runda, single target, could be useful. Now, would I pull him for that reason? Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, like, why would you even bring him for that reason? Just bring another amper. Like, is he gonna even do something on his own?
Well, yeah. So the thing is, the argument that was made to me is the alternative is, like, for example, is Leftia, who does 100 amp, but Leftia does literally 0 damage. So Runda is doing
some damage,
not much, but a whole lot more than Leftia.
Yeah, of course. But have you calculated Runda at all?
I have not.
Okay.
I did when he came out. It was really low. I'm like, this is too low to anyone to actually use. I just deleted him.
Yeah. Okay.
But I probably should have kept. I have to do it again. I definitely will add him again. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so maybe this niche use to kind of get a last bit of damage as well as an amp for a unit that doesn't have it. Okay. All right. But is he at least amping himself?
Yes. Okay. So it's a single target amp for target and caster.
But that's good.
So
that's
it
good.
Is, I guess it's a 2-person amp, not really a single target.
Yeah, so it works basically like Bart's and Rain's abilities for imbue, but this one just imbues everyone and instead amps itself and the target. Interesting.
Exactly.
All right. What we're also getting is we're getting unit upgrades for the favorite unit of, like, everyone's favorite unit, fucking Blue Mage Fina. What the fuck? Like,
yeah, so this is one where it's I don't want to say this and then come back to bite me in 9 months when all of a sudden it matters, but I'm probably going to just trade in those crowns for 1 gold because you're still not using Blue Fina after these upgrades.
I mean, it's like it's 160 fairy killer. Who else has that?
Fairy killer, a lot of people. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, there are others. There are others that have this amount of killer, really, and that's really the only thing that seems to matter. Maybe I'm missing something else. Like, she's getting a better LB. She's doing a bit more damage. Like, who gives a fuck? Her stats are garbage. Yeah, and she has like a little buff with some resistances. I don't know. She seems like a shitty Sylvie without the imbue.
I mean, I guess the perk you can say about her is she's literally completely free all the way to EX3. So for new,
Yeah,
it's so awkward to say for new players just get Blue Mage Fina, which involves you can't skip. You have to go through the entire season 1, the entire season 2, the entire season 3, and then do the entire storyline of Fina for the side quest in the Vortex. That's going to take you, like I've said it before, that's what killed my new player experience, was trying to go through that story,
yeah.
and it burned me out.
No, I
So
get that. I get that 100%. I mean, that's it's a bad recommendation because if you just take the lapis from doing like season 1, you're probably going to pull a better unit. So
yeah.
okay, but we're getting the silver crowns. There's this little event, this little side story thing you can run. There are some. It's only FFB specific FFB units, so it's
No,
obviously
no,
the
no.
no.
It's only season 3 units. If you scroll down slightly,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah, no,
see
no.
a
But that would have.
very narrow list.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say only specific FFBE units. So it's like Vacation Voyager Fina, Marine type Runda, Roka, Pause, Blue Mage Fina, and then Daisy, Cleo, Narine, Poppy, Kalmia, Bruce, and Renora. So like not even Tyvus gets to come to this shit.
Yeah, and you might notice that the DPS units in that list, not counting the 2 new units, are like pause, and that is it.
Can Roka do something? No.
Damage, no, she doesn't do damage,
Okay,
none
okay.
at all.
But yeah, so
No.
Pause is a damage dealer. But I guess I'm gonna just assume the stage is a joke anyway.
Well, on JP, I did it with pause. I do remember this. This could have been just people just being bad, but I do remember people complaining that didn't have pause, that they couldn't beat it within the turn limit.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I mean, I can see that, right? Like, who the fuck are you gonna use? Cleo, NVA
Yeah, like
Cleo? Like, I don't know.
like yeah. So Neovision's Awakened, Cleom, and Narine are technically damage dealers. Their damage is so abysmally bad.
Yeah,
But pause handled it, so I
yeah.
did it with pause on
Okay, so
JP.
if you have pause, you're happy. I think I have a pause too, so I know I have. She keeps trolling me, so um,
Oh, but you know what though? On
yeah.
global, you can use the card, the card from Ayaka, and that's actually going to be literally
Oh,
more damage than anything on this whole list. So
oh, that's a very good point, actually. Wait, well, that's quad BS, right? So yeah, you can just
yes.
give Erinia's ring and like quad any Aspel and with it to just chain. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So there you go.
that's a really good point. Yeah, you can just beat it with the new GLEX card if you have that. Obviously, not everyone has, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a mind blowing for me because when I was really pushing my my clear with Regina in the previous DV, somebody told me, why are you using Frievia's LB? She's gonna do more damage with the Ayaka card ability. And I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, interesting. Interesting. Although to be fair, I mean, yes, Frievia's LB is also garbage, but also it has a very high modifier. The ability, it is a
Mm-hmm.
strong ability.
And for players that didn't pull Ayaka, if you did pull the Lone Swordsman card, this special Step Up Hayo card, that also it's not as good, and the modifier is lower, but it does have a 2000x modifier, which is better than probably anything Cleom's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Good point. Good point. Good point. That's the only card I don't have. Actually, I still regret that.
mm,
Okay, and then the last piece of news is Dark Visions. So we're now finding out. Well, I guess maybe some of you knew before. I always find out the element on these news posts. And so, what do we know of the final element here? I can't see it yet.
it's I actually closed that. I should keep these things open during the Newsday, shouldn't I? I know it's wind. So it's wind, fire, and water. So what it is, we were expecting Dark Visions 28 because that was next in line based on the order we've been following, but they're skipping that one.
Oh,
So
why is
yeah, we're
that?
skipping them. If I had to guess, it's probably because because we skipped an entire month in July because of the global anniversary stuff. We've always been just behind a month for the past 6 months.
Okay.
But the problem is we're going into the leader skill stuff, and the upcoming Dark Visions number 30 is tuned for leader skills. So if we stayed a month behind, that would get really out of sync with the
Ah,
balancing.
yeah, everyone would be rank 1, or well, if it could be shared. But yeah, I get it. I get it.
So they're probably skipping one to get us back on track, and then that way, when leader skills arrive, we're going to be getting the exact Dark Visions that was custom made for leader
Right.
skills.
Okay. Okay. All right. So it's a DV, wind, fire, and water. So that's nice for me. I just EX3'd my Sabin, so I have a reason to bring him to a damage dealing scenario. But fire and water feel slightly awkward for us, honestly. It's not lightning, which was the previous meta, and it's not
Uh,
earth, which is Yuffie. So who are you gonna bring?
well, people that have wind, they might do something with like the new Barch Creel, maybe. I don't know. Also, yeah. So this is kind of an awkward one. So so none of these have an AOE 150 amplify. So if we're going for an amplifiers, so for fire we've got Leftia. Leftia's got AOE 45 and single target 100. If we're going wind, we've got I don't even want to say Creel because Creel is just bad.
Yeah,
She has a 100 wind amp single target, but like I
I
don't
guess we
think
have
you're
the
gonna use her.
mermaid, but she's not much better.
Yeah, she's just 45 AOE, and then you have water. That has you have two options for single target hundreds. You've got Nicole. Nicole also does the field. He does the 45 AOE, the stuff like that, and then
Yeah,
the big in peril. And then you've got songstress Yuna, who people were using because she also has a decent magic stat, so you can use her with the free of your card and chip in some damage. So that's kind of your two options, in my opinion, is fire or water.
yeah, yeah. I guess like it's gonna be interesting because the big dick damage dealers right now, if you look at the list, well, obviously X Death and so on, but if you look at the damage list, like Yuffie and Cloud are gonna have a very hard time fitting in here, even though they are literally the top, right? So
Mm.
people are probably gonna be taking in, I mean, again, X Death, Golthus. Well, you can't bring both unless you have two of Dazzling Demoness cards, but
And
uh,
also, just real quick,
yeah.
as Neo pointed out, I totally forgot about Shui Yi because she also has a 100 amplify to water as well now, single target.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But would she be able to actually do any damage?
Her damage is real bad, so like she's just the worst Nicole in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, I would rather. Unfortunately, I mean, you all know I love Shueyu, but
Oh well, she does have really high magic, so she could use the Ayaka card as well. So that's
okay.
something.
Yeah, she could. I mean, yeah, yeah, but then you have to also have somebody else chaining with her. Yeah.
True.
Okay. It's a puzzle. I'll probably just take it easy as I normally do, and I'm just gonna bring units I like, which probably means a fire team for me, including Saban and probably the girls from Near. I would have loved to bring Yuffie and Cloud to something because I have not used those two units a single time. But apparently I am not allowed to because fuck me.
Yuffie has never seen use in JP on anything that I'm aware of.
Really? Oh
She
shit.
really because when she came out there was no dark content, there was no dark visions, there's no dark trial, there's no dark leader. Yeah, so other than just taking her off element to the Final Fantasy VII lock stuff, which pretty much no one did, she has never seen use in JP.
That's such a shame.
Uh, Cloud has a few times. There has been an entire trial dedicated to Thunder, so Cloud was great for that. There's been multiple Final Fantasy VII events, and because Zach is the leader for those, and Cloud matches his element, he comes to those. And there's been some lightning dark visions that Cloud
Okay.
has come to.
Have we skipped that trial, or is that something we are gonna get?
Oh no, that is still far, kind of not far, but about 2 or 3 months away. The one I'm talking about.
Okay. Shame. I would have liked to use Yuffie. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Cool. I think that's it for this week. I think we have exhausted the content. It's interesting week. Not much to do, unfortunately. Filler units, but at least DV. I always look forward to DV nowadays. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a Regina DV, which sucks. But I'm gonna find some way to make it fun.
Hey, it could be. She's got that non-elemental attack.
Yeah, it's just that it's just far too weak. Like, I mean, or it's not that weak, so people think it's way weaker than it is. It's still actually strong. It's just, of course, hard to compare to her actual burst.
I know, yeah.
And I doubt you'd ever, like, Regina would be really far down on your list of bringing her one helper with her elementless skill. I would assume, because it's basically just slightly stronger than a fully charged dual summer shot from Olive, and nobody uses the dual summer shot from Olive, so yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, but cool. Thanks for this then, Sinzar.
All right. Thanks for having me.
And thanks to everyone chilling. Have a great day, everyone.
Later.